everyone? I'm seeing people here. Say hi in the comments. I'll wait just a little bit. How is everyone doing? What are you up to? Hello, Marilyn. So what you guys do today? Hi, Dave. Thanks for the pictures, by the way. I saw your compost pile set up and those majestic tomatoes in your, I think it's in your greenhouse. I think it's in a greenhouse that you showed me those pictures. More planting. What did you plant? I saw earlier in the group chat that you mentioned about fruit trees. Is that what you meant by more planting? Hello, Remy. How are you? For my part, this week has been a bit different than most of my weeks. I've been slowly slowing down. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Johan. So I've been slowing down, taking care of myself. And okay, so is it Lindsay or is it Jack? Hi. I'm guessing it's both. So I took out my needles and I started knitting. I started every year around this time, I always knit or crochet dishcloth to wash my dishes. And I sort of then I go into different projects. But usually I start this is a tradition I do every year. When I end my year, I always start with crocheting and knitting some dishcloth, and then probably something like this again. You guys see me wearing these often during lives. I love doing those shawls. I always do one or two, so it's going to keep me busy. So I've done that this week, and I'm almost done preserving. I processed the last of my tomatoes. And I know this is going to sound weird. I'm tired. I am sick and tired of seeing tomatoes. I know that in 1 month, I'm going to go, oh my God, I miss the tomatoes and the sandwiches and la, la, la. But for now, I'm done. I'm done with tomatoes. I think the last process I did was 10 or 12 pounds. So I'm done with that. What else did I do? What else? Oh yeah, today I emptied all the summer garden. Well, spring, mostly spring. So potatoes are all out. Carrots are all out. What else? Green onions also all out. And I have to check my cabbages this week. I had some cabbage, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, I think. Yeah. I'll have to check what's happening with them, if I have to fertilize them, or what am I going to do with those, if they're going to survive a frost or not. I think they're too small, but we shall see. Okay, let me get. So, you planted kiwi and Arctic bramble. Ooh, this is a new one. What is an Arctic bramble? Hello, city girl. I think this is the first time I see you here. I remember seeing a comment this week on one of my videos. Welcome to the live chat. Okay, you guys, I don't know what the raccoon or the drake means. I popped on the live the other day, and you guys were doing raccoons all the time, and I missed the explanation. So please fill me in so I can understand. Okay, so both of you are here. Planting and harvesting lettuce in the greenhouse. Oh, yes, that's something I also forgot. I planted some peas in the high tunnel. I had some peas that were drying up that went to seed on the vines in the garden. Like, oh, you know what? I have nothing to lose. And I planted, I think, a 12-feet row of peas. And then I have to go back this week and I have to see if I still have time for greens, salads, and maybe radishes in the tunnel. But we shall see. Can't tag. I'm on my phone. My salsa. Num, num, num. I'm sure your house smells delicious. I make shawls too. Yay! My favorite shawls right now are triangle shawls. They're and I do crochet. I don't knit. I love doing that. They like whip up so fast and they're so fun to give out as gifts. I got so tired of tomatoes this year and last, but then you miss. Yes, well, that's the thing. In January, we're going to see people down south starting to take out seeds because normally mid-February, they start their seeds and they transplant their seedlings, I think, in May. And they make us dream. No, it's even earlier than that. I think it's probably 8. Anyways, it's earlier than us down south, like zone 7, 8, 9. So they make us dream of all these beautiful tomatoes. So from January till the time that we can transplant them early June, we're like so looking forward for those tomatoes. And then when we see that little tiny, tiny fruit, we become so impatient. And then July hits and we have those first cherry tomatoes and we're all excited. End of July, some of the small slicers are out. And then August comes like the big crop harvest of tomatoes. And then like Lynn's probably gonna understand me. My entire kitchen island and kitchen table are full of baskets of food of like, I have no idea what to do with all of that. Like, where do I start? And then September, October comes and we're like, I am so done with tomatoes. And it's a cycle. We're going to be okay for probably October, November. But then I'm sure that by November, I'm going to go, I miss a fresh tomato sandwich. But there is one tomato that I buy, and it's at Costco or IGA. It's a Kumata. I think it's that. What's called Kumata. And it's like a smoked color tomato. And it does the job. So if I am really, really in need of tomato in like sandwiches or salads, I normally go for those or savoura. Those are like greenhouse tomatoes. So they're like my plan B for those hectic months that I daydream of tomatoes. I haven't started to. Oh, sure. Yours are all in your freezer. I'm guessing you're not there yet. Like soon you're going to be like, I'm so tired of tomatoes. I'm not done processing. I'm not sure what I'll be doing with my potatoes, if I'll be storing them as is or pressure canning them. I do have some meat that I need to process in the pressure canner. And what else? I was just telling that to my husband today that I had some stuff to preserve. Now I don't remember. Oh yeah, apples. Today I went to an orchard that was its last day of his kiosk. And they were offering second quality apples, 40 pounds, and I bought 2. So I have 80 pounds of second quality Honeycrisps apple, and I have that to process. So that and some meat. Almost done with tomatoes, just froze 7 ice cube. Nice. Yes, that's it. That's what I remember. This week I saw that you just found my channel. Well, welcome again. Canned turkey soup and apple. Soup is something I want to do. Like, I saw a video that they were canning chicken soup in that when they were taking it out of the mason jar, they were like doing this roux, and it became a stuffing for a pie, for like a chicken pot pie. So I want to try. It's the Amish chicken soup in the Amish counting book. And there's a lot of liquid in that one. So you can either do add noodles that are cooked, rice that is cooked, or you can do a roux and do a chicken pot pie. So I want to try to do that. Thank you. I saw that your channel is very young, like mine. I hope everything is going well for your channel. Oh, I'm sorry. Haha. We're doing a raccoon for Lindsay and a drake for Jack. Okay. Because we're also in the comments, we figured we throw in. Okay. So if I see a raccoon, it's you. It's Lindsay. Okay. And a drake, are you talking a duck? The head of a duck? Is that what you mean by a drake? Okay. Arctic bramble is kind of a raspberry, but ground cover type and less productive. Is that considered wild? Don't knit either, crochet all the way. I knit. I started knitting first, and then I started crocheting. Depending of the time of the year, I always start with knitting, and then I end up doing crochet. I guess it goes with what I feel like doing, but I feel like I've explored everything I should be exploring with knitting, but crocheting, I feel there's so much that I haven't explored. So that's probably why I am so drawn to try all these different shawls. But there's like so many little, like I have 2 shawls for myself, and I plan on making a third. But like, it's like, I don't need a third. But don't say that. City girl, can you tell me your first name and I will try to remember it? I am terrible with names. I'm trying to correct that. I love to crochet, but this year gonna sew 2 quilts for my 2 grandsons. Never done washcloth. Must learn this. Washcloth is so easy. My favorite is a corner to corner, and you just simply add a stitch every single time, every line, and it starts really small and then goes, and then it goes like this, like triangle shape, and then you flip and then you go this way. It's really fun to do. I have a busy week ahead. Grace's birthday. Woohoo! My daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and it's a special birthday. I'm kind of like, I feel old by saying this. She's going to be 10 years old tomorrow. 10 years ago. It goes by so fast. Well, just reading your about, it looks like you're pretty like, yeah, I think I read her description and she sounded very similar, but I didn't get to see where she was at, where she was living. I don't think it was said in the comments. That's not for me. Yeah, gotta finish for Christmas the oldest. Woohoo! Those are the most beautiful gifts that they can get. A homemade design quilt. 80 pounds of potatoes I got. Only have about 10 left. So I didn't weigh it. The first time I harvested my potatoes, I had 10 pounds. And then the second time, I think I had 20 pounds. And today I think I have 30 pounds. So that brings me close. I would say like maximum top 75 pounds. So I'm 125 pounds short of the challenge that I wanted. Well, I gave myself. And I said if I didn't reach that, I might retire this crop in the garden. But I did see a trick that I want to try for potatoes. It's amending a bed with vermiculite, and instead of hilling it once like I did, the person was hilling it twice. So next year, I will hope that bigger potatoes are available for purchase, and I will try to set up a bed for them with vermiculite. I just have to find the perfect ratio and see their preferred type of soil, because usually I do 100% compost for potatoes. So I want to see if I can get that to 200 pounds with a 30-foot row of potatoes. We shall see. I don't know. It might be the last year I ever do this, because we normally eat at least 15 pounds a month. Not during the summer, but like average. So next year is probably going to be the last if I don't have over 200 pounds. I finished the last of the apple preservation today. Thank God. I'm going to do meat. Woohoo! Well, apple, I think I'm going to be doing apple pie, a batch of apple pie. So 9 pints, probably 9 or 10 pints. And I want to do in syrup so that I can use it after to do okay, so I'm losing my English for this. Crustade, apple crust, no, apple crumble. So if I just can them in syrup, I think then I can use them for apple crisps. I have to do a bit of research, but we love apple crisps, so I might do that. And then I might do applesauce for a fruit leather later on. I do that with my chicken soup and my beef soup. Ooh, beef soup. So like your beef soup has, I'm guessing, hamburger meat, potatoes, peas. Is that how you do it? Yes, my turkey soup can also be, ooh, nice. Corissa? No, Couricia. But you go by Chris. So I will try to remember. It's probably going to take me a couple of lives to remember, but I'll do my best. Okay, so Arctic bramble grows wild in the north. Yeah, it seems to be all around the world. Interesting. Yes, corner to corner. It's well, I find that corner to corner is an easy, friendly beginner project for everyone. So like you start small and then like you gain confidence as the stitches get more and more on the project. So by the time you're in the 10th row, you're still in the smaller section of the project. So if ever you mess up, you can just like remove and start again. So like instead of having like 100 stitch by knitting or crocheting, like undoing it all is like kind of frustrating. So corner to corner is definitely a beginner friendly. Double digits. Yes. I'm going to feel old tomorrow. But like we celebrated our 11th wedding anniversary. So it's kind of normal that she's 10 because I got pregnant with Emilia like 4 or 5 months after we got married. You're a babe. My youngest is 8 and my oldest grandson is 4. Yes. Well, I'm still young in my heart. My body is like slowly getting older. There's days that I feel it. There's days that I feel younger. There's definite days that I feel it. I embroidered them. Oh, so cute. So cute. Grace is 19 this year. Oh my God. Yeah, time flies. My daughter is in her 30s with my oldest grandson about to turn 20. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not young. Like I'm not young in my 20s. Like I have a little bit of mileage. Not to make you feel older, but you're old. Okay, we're older. You're in October, I'm in May. So May, Juin, September. We're 5 months apart. Come on. I think I bought 14 pounds of seed potatoes. I don't think I wrote it down in this book. No, this is my YouTube book. I don't have my gardening book with me. I think I ordered 14 pounds of mainly fingerling potatoes because the Yukon Gold was no longer available for me. And we don't enjoy white potatoes. So we only like fingerlings and yellow yellow flesh potatoes. So where I used to order my potatoes, they were out of all the yellow flesh, so I had to improvise. Okay, so definitely I'm gonna write this down. So hamburger soup. I did a hamburger stew that has the beef, the potatoes, and green beans. I'm wondering if I do a roux with that, if I can make it into a pot pie. I will have to try it. Okay. Trying to catch up on comments. I can apple crisp filling. Okay, so Lynn, if you have time, can you share your recipe? Because if it's all done and I just have to do the crisp, I would love that. Also do my beef stew over potatoes. I don't have beef, like cube beef yet. There is a butcher shop that's opening in January in my village. I'm hoping to go there and buy to see if I buy in bulk, if he would give me bulk pricing. We'll see. So the I is silent. The I in your name. Wait, where is your name again? Okay, so Corissa. So I don't pronounce the I. I hope I have it right. I think it's the last one because I said Corissia. So I guess it's Corissa. Thank you. We were able to find someone to babysit our kids. It's been a while. I think last time we were out and about for more than 3 hours. It's been a while. So I was like really excited to have a night out. No kids, no chaos. And it's kind of weird because like we were sitting down in the restaurant and we're like, wow, so silent. There's no kids asking us like quadrillion million times, mommy this, mommy that, dad this, dad that. So it was fun. Okay, so I definitely have to do a research about that. You've been married for 8 years and we're confused about how that happened. Yeah, I feel like we got married maybe 2-3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, tops. But nope, my daughter's turning 10, so it's been at least 10 years. Okay. Yes, I got it. Nice. Okay. So I'm caught up with comments. Tonight's live, I didn't really have like a specific subject, but I felt I wanted to chat a little bit. It's a subject I actually talked with my husband yesterday when we were in the car, and I've been seeing a lot of posts here and there. I have no idea if they're true. I have no idea if it's verified information, but it's definitely something that got me thinking, like real thinking this week. Everyone is seeing the prices go up. Food, entertainment, restaurant. Like when I paid the bill at the restaurant, I was like, holy cow, like it's been a while since I haven't been in a restaurant. But no, I did not say chant. I said chat. Sorry. No, I will not sing. You guys will lose all your ears. So where was I? Oh yeah. So everything is going on to like everything's going up. So I just re-signed the loan on our house, the mortgage, and we have a $200 raise. And like we paid 5 years of our mortgage, and it's only a 1 point something percent increase. And then price of gas. I used to put $65 of gas in my car. Now with $1 today, we gassed at 169. So we're probably $100 every time I fill my car. We are blessed. I do not work. So I maybe have 1 tank of gas a month instead of before when I used to work, it was 1.5 tank of gas every week. So I feel really blessed that I work from home doing the homestead and YouTube. So that does not specifically affect me, but it's still a raise of $40 every single time I go fill up the car. And then milk went up, butter went up, yogurt went up, cheese went up. I don't buy prepackaged stuff, so I wouldn't know if that went up. But like daily things that I use is going up. So when I saw this post a couple of times last week that they are predicting a recession next year, my first emotion was fear, because what happens if, and then your brain and your hamster goes blah, 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 and then all these questions pop up in your brain. So I slowed down. I said, wait, whoa, I won't let fear consume me and me doing stupid shit. Sorry, language. Stupid things. So instead of doing that, I started making a plan of what are the differences in money, like everything I have to dish out, that's more. What loan or debt payment that's paid, what, like, I'm making myself a financial plan so I have a better idea of our income coming in, because my husband does work. And then this is where I sat down and made myself a plan. So you guys, do you feel, I'm sure that you guys feel impacted by this, but has it changed your life in a way that you're planning 2023 a different way? I did. Well, I said I did say a bad word. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'll be able to edit this live, but I did. Sorry about that. Yes, the pink potatoes that I suggested you, I think it's Rosa something. I love them. They taste great, but they were very sickly here. So I don't think I will be growing them. I think I'll be doing some research on the varieties that does well here and that are big. So I have like a better crop overall. So I'll do a lot of research. Yes, please. Thumbs up on lives and on videos pushes your video even further on newer viewers. And just by doing the thumbs up, you're helping me out. Yes. Well, just like when I signed my my mortgage this summer, and he told me we were 3 point something percent, and he was telling us that the running percentage was 5.22, and it was like nearly $300 of like more every month. I was like choked by it. And then he called us back and he says, oh my God, I have a new percentage for you guys, 4 point something. And I was like, so I think it's like just over $200 more a month, but for like many thousands of dollars lower, because like for 5 years we've been paying our mortgage. So it was kind of a hard pill to swallow, like a very, very hard pill for me. Like I have no choice. Like the house is not paid, and the amount that's left on the mortgage, there's no way for me to actually finance it like really fast. So we have no choice, but $200 a month difference is hard to swallow. I cannot imagine $200 a week. So that's $800 a month more. It would be a very hard pill for me to swallow. Like with one salary coming in, it would be hard. Yes, I will send you. Thank you. I'm forcing myself to meal plan right now because I can't. Yeah, I understand. Like, in one of the things I wrote down in my list, I do hope now at 6:30 I'll be able to tell you guys, but meal planning is now something I'm doing, and having an inventory of what I have preserved, canned, dehydrated, frozen is actually going to help me plan my week with stuff that I already have at the house. And overall, instead of like purchasing random things at the grocery store, I try to have a list of what's on special, what I need, and I also have a list of I'm out, but I refuse to pay full price for, and I wait that it goes on special. Like butter, I refuse to pay $7 for a brick of butter. So when it goes on special, I bulk buy butter. Like if it's a limit of 6, I'll buy 6, and then next time it comes on special, I'll do a second purchase. I always try to have 10 bricks of butter in my freezer at all time, because like $7 a brick of butter is ridiculous, because like I bake a lot. So cookies, I use half a brick when I do cookies with my, I think 3-4 times the recipe. Oh yeah, that's real, but you're one of the few doing the things that you is this message for me? Oh yeah, that's real, but you're one of the few doing the things that will actually help. I just want to make sure that this message is addressed to me. Everyone except for me, because I don't buy. So that means everything you have grown this year is what's going to get you through the colder months and spring, I guess. I did. I'm so sorry. It's scary, but cannot let it control you. Just prep as much as you can and make sure food situation is good. Yes. I can't say nothing. I had an epic. Uh-oh. I missed that live. I missed it. Planted half of acre of wheat just in case. Nice. Yes, bread. That's another thing I forgot. Loaves of bread for what do you call it? For breakfast. It's 2 for $7 Canadian, and it used to be 2 for $5. So this winter, I will do everything in my power to try every single recipe I can find to do sandwich bread, soft sandwich bread to replace that. Meal plan is a huge must for us. We fell off the meal plan wagon when we were sick, but I'm back at it this week. I hope you're feeling better. Hello, Nessa. I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome. You, sister. Brew beer. Okay, so I'm not sure I will get to that this year, but if I don't, brewing will be on my list for next year. If I can't do it this year, I have to do it the year after, because like beer and wine is stuff that we enjoy, and I think I haven't paid beer. It's usually my husband that goes, but he never looks at the price, so I wouldn't know. But definitely, if I can do that, it would actually help. I do have most of the equipment. That's the worst part. Okay. I am very, very new to canning, pressure canning, and water bathing canning has been in a while. But everywhere I go, the USDA like keeps saying that you're not supposed to can butter. And like I haven't read about it. I don't know. So I have no opinion about it. But when I started searching I was told that butter was not cannibal. But since I haven't done any research, at the moment I'm freezing it, and I'm using my second fridge. The top part is a freezer, and I fit it on the door of the freezer. That's like the allocated space for all the butter. It goes there. If one day I am overwhelmed with too much butter and I feel safe enough with my research to can it, I will. I have a fixed rate. So when we're a first time, well, actually, no, I'm a first time buyer. My husband's a second time buyer of a house, but it was like, it had been 5 years that he no longer was in possession of a house. So we were both by law considered first buyers. And they are giving us suggestions, and they're asking us like, where are we financially, what type of person we are, and like, we hate risks. And since I'm not working and I've been hearing about the recession for a while now, he suggested a closed interest rate. So I prefer knowing that within the next 5 years I have the same payments. So I felt more secure doing that. But I know that there are some that like you can go up, you can go down following the following what's going on. But I didn't feel secure enough to do that this time. Darren was saying, yes. We got caught. So we went to Metro. It was a limit of 6. So we went one day, and then we went to another Metro the next day. We got 6 more. So I got 12 from that batch. And then the week after, Super C had a deal. And my husband was so used to picking up 6, he picked up 6 and went to the cash register. And the lady's like, you're allowed to have 4. Past 4, they're full price. Oh, God. So be careful. If you're buying butter, make sure to look those little fine prints, and they will ration butter. I don't know why. They should ration something else, but butter is important. Yes, in regards. Okay. Okay. Well, that's what I was saying. From like my first original research, since I'm like so new in canning those things, like I was told not to, but like I have to do research. Like some people are feeling comfortable canning potatoes with skins on, carrots with skins on, and other that. So it's considered like rebel canning. But like since I'm like super new, and like I'm a person that if it says to turn 20 times on the recipe counterclockwise, I'm actually gonna follow the recipe like as like per. So I'm not there yet. I'm not a rebel canner yet. This is what I do on butter since I don't do margarine. I had stocked up the store on sale. 99 cents. Wow. Wow, 99 cents. We don't have that here. Lowest it went this year was $3.97. And the no name brand is $5.95.99. In the name brand Naturel Lactancia, can't remember the other name, it's $7.99 a brick. And before 3 years ago, butter was about $4.99, and on special it was like there was deals all the time, $2.97, $2.99. That was like 2-3 years ago. Okay, so where was I in comments? You broadcast seeds and go over with the cultivator 1 inch deep. So this is for your wheat, right? Below the Canadian border, we are in a full-blown recession. I feel it. I feel that something's happening. So above the Canadian border, we are too, but the news just admits we might. Yeah. We are already in a recession here in Canada. Where the heck? See, like, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Like, I feel it's here, but they keep saying it might. So that's why I don't want to let fear consume me. And I do like that toilet paper craziness cuckoo thing that happened here. Like, people were like hoarding toilet paper of all things. I might get there, but I'm not there yet. Like, we'll see. We'll see. I have butter over a year old and I love it. Nice rebel. Yes, I follow her. I follow Tammy. I actually know Tammy. She's been answering some of my questions for me. And my more rebel recipes that I find, I try to run them by her and she helps me and answers my question. But now she moved off grid. So chatting with her sometimes is hard because I'm not sure she has internet all the time. But your rules, your kitchen. Yes, that's what I keep saying to everyone. If you love canning and you want to can, always make sure that you feel comfortable with the recipes that you're doing and you do your research. You do you. Okay. I just changed my mortgage to a fixed rate. Yeah. Well, that's what the we're going off topic, so sorry. That's what the person that called me explained to me. She's asked if I prefer a fixed or a fluctuant interest rate, but she does not. He's like, as a personal and professional, I am not suggesting anything else than fixed, because right now we have no idea what's going on. So we're like, okay, where do I sign? Diesel here this morning was $2.69, I think, and $1.69 for regular. That's a lot. This is the beginning of my second year of canning. As soon as I discovered Rebel canning, I got addicted to canning. Girl Rebel on use common sense, but making canning. Yes, I always tried to have fun because canning can be long. There's a lot of dishes to do. And if I feel the recipe's talking to me, I want to try it. But I always do a little bit of research on the recipe first and where it comes from. Even if I have 12 bricks of butter in my freezer, I will buy more because baking season is coming, pot pie season is coming, and I do either lard or butter crust. So it's a staple during the colder months here. So I stock on butter. I forgot your name. Ramble with the Brums. I'm so sorry. I'm guessing Scott, because I'm seeing Lynn saying hi. Doom and Prep channel on the dark web. Is that a channel on YouTube? The good thing about having a pantry of extra is you buy things only when they are on sales. Yes. I mainly do that. Like I would say 75% of everything I buy, I refuse to pay full price. It was my motto for a very long time. When my car payment and one of my loans were paid off this year, I sometimes like do a little splurge. Like before, I would never buy shrimps because even though they're on sale, I couldn't afford it. But now, if there are some like beautiful shrimps that are on sale and they come from locations I feel comfortable buying, I splurge because lobsters and shrimps are like my favorite meals. So, and they are very expensive here. So those are like occasional splurge I do. Ew, Lynn, we definitely need to talk. We definitely need to stop. Come on. It has to be fun. So diesel's a bit more expensive here. Okay, so here's a couple of things I'm going to do this year. like to take the fear initially when I felt all these things. I threw fear away and I said, okay, so after I'm going to sit down and figure out I'm still like renewing some of my contracts cuz like we bought the house in November, so most of my contracts are renewed in November. So after all of that is done and I know financially where I am, I'm going to allocate a budget to my grocery. I'm hoping to go every 2 weeks this winter and bulk buy what's on special. So if butter is on special, I will buy it. If onions are on special and they look like I can store them for a couple of months, I will also store onions. But then there'll be staples that I will be bulk buying. Beans. Um, we're going back at Costco next month. We're going to buy more flour, more sugar, salt, yeast, everything to make a bread, doughs. And I am exploring 2 different types of long-term storage. So now with dehydrating, freezing, and canning, uh, with the way that I have a rolling inventory, I usually have like between 6 months to a year, and they can normally last about 12 months to 18 months. I know they can last longer, but that's what the shelf life of the canning lids, that's what they say. I'm sure that they're going to last more than that, but like what we have here is about a year to 18 months. I want to go further than that. So instead of like just being a normal homestead to plan for the year ahead, I want to have a little bit more. So I'm exploring Maillard bags. I'm not sure I'm saying it right. It's a gallon bag that you put flour, corn, like dried corn, like for popcorn, or beans, or sugar, and you put an oxygen absorber in there, and you have I think it's 15 or 20 years of shelf life if it's not open in a cold, dark area. So that becomes like a prepper pantry it's like more than a rolling inventory of a year. So I want to have beans, like sorry, not potatoes, flour, sugar, yeast, and all that, so I can be prepared if ever shit hits the fan. I said it again, I'm so sorry. If the dot 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 hits the fan, I'm prepared. Like, I know eating bread is not something that's fun all the time, but at least I'll be able to feed my family if need be. So that's one thing that's new for me that I'll be doing. I found mailer bags on Amazon. I did not find this in local stores where we are at, unless someone has any suggestions, but I did not find this here. What else I'll be doing? I talked about the bulk buying. I've been talking about bulk buying ever since I started this YouTube channel, because I know that buying in bulk seems more expensive. But when you divide the price per quantity of stuff you're buying, you're ending up paying less. So I've been doing this for a long time, bulk buying. And also something I'm exploring that's new. They're not going to come from my garden. The carrots that I have right now, I probably have maybe a month or two of storage with them. Potatoes, maybe till December. So that means when I'm going to find deals of root vegetables, I'm going to explore different ways of storing them for all the colder months. Like either potatoes, Darren from Thorhaven Farm suggested just a simple black bin in a cold, dark place. Carrots, I found that you can store them in pine shavings in a bit of water. Beets, same thing, and pine shavings. What else? Rutabagas, I have no idea how you can preserve them, but in a cold, dark place, I'm sure that I can figure out a way to keep those. So by having root vegetables, bread, beans, and all my canning, I know that it sounds boring eating the same thing every single night, but I'll have a good inventory of food so that I can feel secure if ever something happens. I wrote like a doctor. I can't read myself. Also, something I started doing this year. Did I miss any comments? That's not for me. That's not for me. That's not mine. Okay, that's not for me. I just made 3 large pans of apple crumble and 8 jars of apple butter yesterday. And apples. Your house must have smelled delicious. Well, election is always unstable. I find that it could go both ways. But politics is not something I feel comfortable talking because you always end up going down the rabbit hole, and I don't feel like it. It's a bit better than I'm pushing myself very hard, and I've been in bed. Scott, I think you had the C virus, if I'm correct. Okay, that's not for me. Oh no. Where do the comments go? Then hope for the, okay, not for me. The Laboom shelter. Yeah, like a dual purpose shelter. Well, in a shelter, you need food. So by definition, a shelter is a root cellar because you need canned goods and fresh food in there so that you can survive a certain amount of days. The comments are going crazy again. Some things we can get by with preparing to harvest, but sometimes some things are finicky and don't produce ever. It's true. Like sometimes you can have an epic year of squash, and that's also a very good crop to have on hand. It fills you. You can do desserts. You can do full meals with those. You can do snacks. But then if the year after you don't have squash, like you have to figure out something to make up for what you had the previous year. I'm sure the house smells good. No worries. As long as you keep it clean. Keep it clean. That's all I ask. Oh no. Ouch. I hope you feel better. Tough time breathing. That sucks. Okay, so I'm not sure what you mean by this. I use so much excited to make my. Yes, I have learned. So I have to learn how. I just got a recipe for pie crust with lard. I used to do it with butter. So when we got the pig this year, I asked for rendered lard. So it's already done for me. I had to pay a little bit more for it. But I am so excited to try that this year. And it's frozen now. So I'm going to thaw out and use it either for cooking, for baking. I need to learn how to use lard and like keep butter, precious resource, for something else. So I know that if I have like one more special of butter with all my lard, I should be good for at least till March. But even though there's a special and I don't need butter, I will go. I'm so scared that's one of the things I'm scared is butter reaching $10. You did? I did? Oh, I missed it. Okay, so you have to send me a link. I am so. Did you do this summer? Because I haven't watched a lot of your videos this summer. Okay. Let me read my notes. Oh yeah, there's something else, and it's kind of a little bit what Joanne said. Planning my garden differently. So in the colder months, I am prepping for a semi-homestead dash prepping pantry, so more than 1 year. So it's gonna take me a lot of time to build it. Like I don't have money coming out of my ears, and I don't have a money tree, so it's probably gonna take the next year for me to gather all to have more than a year's worth of supply. The mailer bags are an expense, so it's an investment. So to store long term is also an investment. So it's probably going to take about at least 12 months for me to be where I want to be. But I don't get discouraged. I don't let fear intervene when I buy the beans. So I saw that a not on special, I think it's an 11 pounds of like red beans. I think it was like $15.50. And the cheapest I saw it was $11. So when it goes on sale, I'm just going to grab one or two and then stuff some in the mailer bags, and I'll can some of them. So at least I'll have some dry and some in jars. I want to plan my garden differently next year. So I do want beauty because I want to attract pollinators, because without pollinators, most of my garden will not produce. So I will include beauty every time I do that, every year. But I want to orient myself with a production. So that means the things that are going in the garden will have specific expectations for me, like resistant to pest pressure, resistant to a colder climate, resistant to bolting with being exposed to variations of temperature. Because in zone 5 where we are, we get like in the spring we can have 30s in 1 week, and then the week after we can have like 15, and then the week after that we can have 0, and then the week after that go back to 30. So like fluctuations of temperatures make most of the cold hardy crop bolt. So I will research the seeds that I have here, because I do have a seed collection. So I'll use up what I have here, and then what I don't have, when I order, I will make an educated choice to go with specific requirements for every crop that I put. Some crops I will completely stop growing. I'm going to try like next year, instead of planting a year's worth of celery, I'm just going to plant like maybe 10, so that as soon as the heat waves comes in, I'm just going to chop it all off and freeze whatever's there, do broth, and that's it. And I'm going to go at the store when they're 99 cents, if they're still 99 cents next year. And I'm just going to buy like 10 every time they go on special and freeze it. So like certain things will leave the garden, certain things will stay, but each of them will have minimal requirements for me to have them in the garden. What are you guys saying? The comments are like going... Thank you for sharing all, like the people sharing the videos and the channels. Thank you for that. Yep, I have mailer bags and oxygen absorber. I want to stop using mason jars. Yeast. Yes, I freeze my yeast. I buy, you see, now I'm out of yeast. I just opened my last kilo of yeast. So I go and I checked. Now I've noted in my grocery list that I need at least 3 yeast, and I freeze it. And every time I open the bag and I dump it in my little container, whatever's left is going back in the freezer, so it stays fresh all the time. Yeah. So what I want to do is, you see, I have a crawl space, so I do not think that Maillard, I'm so sorry, Maillard, the preserving bags. I'm not sure if I just put those things on shelves downstairs. I have mouse or little critters downstairs. I might have to put them in 5-gallon buckets, and with those gamma lids. That's another thing I want to try. 5-gallon buckets, food grade with gamma lids for oats, for flour, for whatever is in the house that I'm using on a daily basis, so that some freshness still stays, because I'm using Tupperware lids right now. And like if I don't smash every single side, there's a little bit of air that can go in. So it whatever's in that container is usually used within a month or two. But I would prefer having 5-gallon buckets with those gamma lids. So, but that's also an investment. Slowly going to convert to that for my beans, the ones that I'm using on a daily basis, and flour, my 2 types of flour, and oats. That's the plan. Okay. That's not for me. I can't click on the bread recipe link. So if you feel generous, one of you two can send it to me, please. Uh-oh. Comments went where? Okay, they're here. Lynn, other than Amazon, do you have any other place that you get those gamma lids? Thank you for sharing Ecocentric's Homestead channel. Hubby is finally home. Enjoy this. Thanks for live. Enjoyed it. And those who sub gonna watch. Oh, so cool. Have a nice evening. I'm not sure if you're still here, but thank you for passing by. Okay, so we don't have Tractor Supply here. I called Bulk Barn. He kind of looked at me like I was weird. So I think I will have to find a town that's like within a radius of half an hour from me, because I'm like really close from Ontario, that has a Tractor Supply and a Bulk Barn. I'm just going to go like do a day's trip and like buy them. Make sure to record temperatures and rainfall every day to help with crop selection. Johan, I would love to, but for me to do this, I would kind of need an assistant. Or I would need to find an app that records stuff for me, because I'm not sure if you were there on Friday's live at Remy. I mentioned that I'm downsizing on many things because there's times in the summer that I feel like a chicken with no head. Like I'm just like I'm like right, left, going everywhere, and I lack time. But if I could, I would track at least the temperature. I try to track day by day. So when I plant my stuff, like I have like a good idea, like next year I'm going within my 6 years, my 6th season as a homesteader. And when I'm planting stuff, like I know that I need to plant it certain types of days, but logging every single days of temperature, I'm not sure I would be able to do it. I could. I started journaling, and I have my agenda with me every day. So I could open my calendar day and log the temperature, but then would I go back? I don't know. I would have to think about it. I want gamma lids for smaller container. I don't know if they have for smaller. Sugar was, wow. Well, I don't buy white sugar. I buy raw cane sugar. So it's more expensive. I don't know how much it was 5 years ago. Well, I'm downsizing certain things so that I can concentrate on what's more important. Being a one-man show, doing the YouTube, the homestead, and the seedlings, the preservation, and blah blah blah, the kids' school, and then they have when they come back from school, I have some studies to do with them, reading, and then taking care of a home, cleaning my house. Lynn, this is for you. Cleaning my house, mopping at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I can only do so much in 24 hours. I don't want to feel exhausted like in June or July. This year, sadly, I was, because I had the C virus and I had it in April. So in June, I was starting to get better and I was pooped out by the end of July. So, and that's one of the reasons one of my videos were letting, the title of the video was letting go, because I had to choose me first to recuperate. So downsizing next year seems to be a logical choice so that I can keep up. I try to downsize my brain. Okay, so this is me saying now I'm downsizing, but next year I'm changing the layouts of my garden. So square footage will be bigger, but my pathways will be larger. So, but then my brain's probably gonna go, ew, I have more space. I can grow more food. And then I'm gonna have this conversation all over again. So I need to keep these two alive. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I have to make sure fall Lynn is in charge. When spring, Lynn wants to plant all the things. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm making my plan now of what I want to grow next year. And next year I want to have like a planting calendar ahead of time, prepared. I had semi one last year, but Annie from Mama Homemade sent me a planting calendar with my planting zone, and it was like a game changer. Like, I wish I had it when I was sowing, so I know when I need to sow the seed, how long it needs to stay in the house, when I need to transplant it outside. If I transplant it early, here are the things I need to do. And we were going back and forth. So cold hardy crops, I now have a plan for next year, but it's all in my head, so I have to write it down. And a thing I forgot to say, speaking of Annie from Mama Homemade, one of the things that I will really try to do more and more, not just now, but throughout the years that I'm going to do homesteading and hoping after, is trading. Like, we traded meat. She had meat. I had ducklings, and I didn't feel like I wanted to advertise them and answer all the questions and blah, blah, blah. And she says, well, I want them. We can do a trade. So we traded 6 ducklings for meat. And we did another trade. I can't remember for what. I brought her stuff the second time I went to her house, and she sent me back home with some squash, some tomatoes, so I bring her stuff, she gives me stuff. So, or trading of time. If I can meet someone in my life that's willing to trade his or her time, for example, food or preserving produce or whatever, that would be an absolute blessing. Trading of time. I have that thermometer that will keep up to 90 days record. Is that the thermometer you had in your greenhouse? Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll be able to do more, but I feel that I will lose myself less. And we will downsize on the operation of chickens. So instead of raising twice chickens, we're going to use only once. So we used to buy 25 chicks twice. Now we're probably going to buy 35 chicks once. And find this is where I talk about trading. So I will have to find connections of trading either my time for meat or stuff that I have that a person needs, and we can trade meat. So I can replace the difference of 50 meat birds, the chicken for another type of meat. Yes, you're supposed to mop the floor. I'm exhausted in February. I had to kick myself. You see, if I didn't have you guys, December, January, February, to like get me it like to get that itching feeling of sowing seeds, I probably would not have the garden I have this year. Annie from Mama Homemade showed me so many tomato seeds, and she started talking about her plan of gardening and all like the whole 9 yards of what she was doing. And I'm like, okay, so it's gardening season. And then at one point, I got back into it naturally, but it took a while for me this year. I was exhausted. When was Every Bit Counts challenge? September. Or it's August? No, it's August. So September 1st, I crashed. Literally, I crashed. The kids were 1 week in school or 2 weeks in school. And as soon as September 1st, I went like downhill super, super bad. This year, the crashing happened, but like it was not that bad. I continued preserving almost every day, but I still had energy. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. We're changing the garden. We are planning on bigger garden, but less tomatoes. I'm planning similar garden, less tomatoes, slicers, and cherry, more paste. See, this year I had 70-ish paste tomato. I'm going to go up to 100 tomato plants, and cherry tomato maybe 10. Maybe 10. Like I'm not going over 12, that's for sure. And slicers probably around 12, the same thing. Yes, Tracy, you have to wait. I want to work smarter, not harder. Yes, I have some limitations and physical stuff. So yeah, this year, another thing I plan to do, it's kind of parallel with the planning of my garden. The money that I'll be saving on not buying groceries, I'm going to invest in tools. So ground cover, I kept saying this like in many lives, ground cover, tools to weed, and nets for pests, and infrastructure. Because if I can save time weeding, managing pests, it's going to give me more time to do something else. I don't know. This morning I was not at 8:50. You're getting me intrigued. I'm a bit more than that. 165. Close. I'm super close. I know. I can almost taste it. I suppose you want me to even You're supposed to, Tracy. Yes, like hit that like button. Tracy, I have a mop that vacuums at the same time. Woohoo! That's nice. 2 for 1. Yes, the terminator in my greenhouse. And for the winter. Yeah, that's the one that's linked to your phone. That's probably why it's keeping track of 90 days. Awesome. 2 for 1. We're just putting Kenzie to bed and dealing with our nursing home dogs. No worries. Well, Lindsay, I normally end around 7:30 and we're really close. So if I don't see you in the comments, have a wonderful night. Less carrots for me. Actually, it's going to be more carrots. But storage carrots. Have a nice evening, Lynn. Yeah, I'll try to remember to bug you for the recipe. I'm gonna write it down. So, where's my notes? So the apple crisp in the video for the bread. I think I said everything. Do you feel scared, or do you want to turn that fear into being prepared? That's my last thing I wanted to say. Oh, actually, no, I had another one. But if you guys want to write it, I'll read you after. So there's also something else I'll be doing that is really connected with planning my garden. So I usually have a ongoing inventory list of all that I have canned. So each recipe that I enjoy. And then at the end of the year, so in February, April, I have a evaluation of my pantry. So whatever is out, I know that we enjoyed, and I have to can more. So canning more means more crops for those recipes that I need. And then example, I started pressure canning meat. So we asked for cube pork when we butchered our pork. He didn't do enough. So I wrote down in my book so that next time we get a pork butchered, we want more cubes, more hamburger meat. And like every single thing that I see with either my canning, my freezing, my dehydrating, I'll take notes and adjust with the garden plan. Did not find the barcode on the freezer yet. Still searching. Maybe 1 year. So we have intelligent TVs. Maybe 1 year, someone's going to come out with the intelligent freezer. So we should talk to our phones. You know, they always listen to us anyways. We want an intelligent freezer. Keep saying that to your phone. Maybe someday someone will invent an intelligent freezer for you. Maybe. Cross your fingers. It would be fun. But for now, that's one thing I have to do. I have to empty out all the freezers. I have to take inventory of everything I have. And the butcher did not identify any packages. So it's going to be fun for me. If Amazon can do it well, sure. I am still the type of person that's I have to feely, taticha, like I need to touch and feel and write down an inventory list because I feel like I have a better control over my inventory. Until there is an intelligent freezer out there that can do it for me, I'm the intelligent freezer that does it. So now that my garden is empty and I have a lot of homework to do, I still have a bit of canning. Before I let you go, let's see, what am I planning to do this week? Well, obviously I have to do the apples. I might try Lynn's recipe for bread, but I think that the theme of this month will be mainly me catching my breath and taking it down a notch so that I can recuperate faster so that I have much more energy in December. So that I can endure all that snow that's going to be like from December to March, April, and all those weathers and all those lovely cold days coming. They have intelligent fridge that orders food for you. Oh my God. It's hard enough to stay the most intelligent. God, seriously? My fridge is 15 years old, so I doubt that it's going to do anything for me other than like die. None of the, like, there's a piece on top that tells me usually how cold it is, what temperatures is the freezer, what temperature is the fridge. It no longer works. I doubt that my fridge will talk to me and or the food. It's one of the things that needs to get changed when I do the renovations of my kitchen within the next year, I hope. Because, I love having ongoing projects all the time. Like during the summer, I have projects. During the winter, I have different projects inside the house. Remember the day after your inventory. remember the day after your anniversary is the anniversary of the day after you went. Yeah. Well, he's going to bed very early tonight, and because he works, I think like at 4:00 tomorrow morning, 4 or 5. So I doubt that after the live, after putting the kids to bed, I doubt there's going to be another celebration day. I doubt. Ooh, okay, so I'm starting to understand Lindsay. But I haven't seen the Drake yet. Did I miss it? I think I saw it once. I think I saw it once earlier on today. Oh no, where did the comments go? Okay, the comments are gone. Hold on. Okay, you're back. The comments always act up on me. So do you guys want to share what you're planning this week? I get that. I guess that garbage panda is suspicious. It asks. Guys, you're so funny. Anyone wants to share what's coming up for them next week? On my phone, it's a nauseous wreck. So many inside jokes. This week, it's filming like crazy. I do have a filming project. It's if I can order it this week, it's probably gonna arrive next week. So it's not this week. I still have to find a video topic for this week. I'm starting to have like a journal of future videos for you guys. I have to look what I have planned for this week. I forgot. Deer hunting. Nothing in particular, which is fine because we were very busy the past couple of weeks. Leaving on Sunday. Fun. I'm working on 5 videos. Ooh, shoots. 1 for work and 4 for homestead. Getting wood prepared and processed, getting ready for deer, getting birds ready for winter, something else too. That's something I have to do by the end of the month. We have to winterize our coop. But since 3/4 of our coop is already isolated, we don't have that much to do. We like to have like this tunnel built for them with plastic so that they can be protected from the big winds. Since even though I am in a village, I do have high winds in the winter, and there's like no trees to protect or cut that wind. And like this part of the chicken always has like frost. So I try to give them like a 3-way protected from the wind. So we have to do that. But otherwise than that, since it's winterized already, there's not that much preparation to do, but I have to do it. I'm putting extra wood, helping Trevor ready for his forms, for his garage. And ooh, nice. Ew, French live. What time? What time are you doing your live tomorrow? Yeah. I told you 7:30 at my house is like the magical hour of like kids being possessed and doing stupid ... So that's why I cut it short every single Sunday. 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30. No, I can't. I have to go pick up Cedric. God, I always miss your lives. Well, you guys, I thank you for popping in, chatting with me, exchanging with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead, a wonderful Sunday night with your loved ones. And I will chat with you guys next week. So take care, everyone. Bye.